Hey guys!
Hey guys!
Welcome to
Two Justices Podcast.
I'm D.
And I'm W.
Thanks for tuning in for another episode.
Guys, have you tried the Capriccio peach flavor?
Sound like an ad. Guys, have you tried the peach? Welcome.
Yes! I actually... So while I was saying it, I was like, I sound like an ad.
You sound like an ad, yeah.
Guys,
They're not sponsoring this, by the way.
Have you tried the Capriccio peach sangria flavor? It tastes like all the others. Okay. All right. So
it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but
It wasn't
if you get the white sangria, it tastes like the peach sangria. If you get the peach...
It tastes like the white sangria.
So let me tell you, the flavors that stick out is the original black bottle with the colorful fruits.
They all got colorful fruits on there. But the
black
bottle,
bottle.
yes.
And the passion fruit one. Those two have a distinguished taste.
Yeah, those are reigning supreme.
But the white sangria, peach sangria, I feel like I'm missing a flavor.
Didn't we have watermelon one time?
Watermelon, yes. Watermelon. I just think they all taste the same. Sorry, Capriccio.
Yeah.
But
the peach wasn't that bad, though. I
wasn't.
like the peach.
I like the peach.
I feel like it was just really light with the kick.
Yes. But by far my favorite, obviously, is the original Dundada.
The original sangria.
And the passion fruit.
Yes.
So if you can go to your local package store, aka liquor store, just, you guys will go find the bottles.
Yeah,
okay?
but this one is we started with the peach, and now we're in the passion fruit. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Because we're going to need it for this movie.
Oh, God.
All right, so Hulu decided to feel like they want to be Netflix to come out with original content.
You know what? So
Hellraiser wasn't that bad.
Hellraiser wasn't that bad. And I'm going to say something. Hulu, you guys come a long way. The meetings seem to be...
Sorry. I can't take it serious.
Okay. The meetings seem to be paying off. The Saturday meetings. Okay.
Listen, Hulu is trying to compete with Netflix.
Yeah.
And, I'm not mad at them.
Definitely.
It's definitely a hit or miss when it comes to Hulu.
It
but
is.
They trying to shake something.
They really are.
They trying to get on the dance floor and they doing a little juk, and Netflix is already like breakdancing and shit like that.
Right.
And Hulu's like, I think it's my time.
You know who Hulu is?
What?
Elaine from Seinfeld. When Elaine is doing that dance.
Oh my
we
God.
want to help her.
Listen, if y'all know
but we want to stand back and see what she does.
If you don't know who if you don't know who Elaine is from Seinfeld, go ahead on Google, put Elaine dances and Seinfeld, and you'll see
what we're talking about.
What Hulu is trying to do with Netflix.
So,
Netflix is like the electric boogaloo.
Yes, and Hulu is, what's Hulu?
Hulu is Elaine from Seinfeld.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. She's
because you said
trying to do something.
You said electric boogaloo, so I was trying to put
the advancement of electric boogaloo. The breakdancing. They can breakdance really
right,
good because Netflix got it down pat.
Yes, Netflix. Yes.
Correct.
Don't get me wrong. Sometimes Netflix will disappoint.
Mm-hmm.
Very rare. But sometimes.
But Netflix is the original Dundada.
It is.
Like,
yes.
Netflix.
When it comes to originals.
I remember Netflix used to come in the mail.
Yes.
That's how old we
Yo,
are.
I forgot. Netflix used to come in the mail.
It was originally. Damn, we so out of topic. But whatever. Because Grimcutty is going to be short anyways.
It really is. We have to make up time.
Blockbuster.
I totally forgot about Netflix coming in the mail.
Yeah, Blockbuster was the reigning supreme of videos, and this is before. If any children are listening, they don't know what Blockbuster is. Blockbuster was a huge video outlet where every weekend we would be so excited to get the new releases of videotapes go rent with your popcorn and candy and watch it at home.
And then by the time you get to the register, or when you go looking for the movie, there's no more left.
Right,
there's no more rentals left.
Right, because everybody is having that Blockbuster
and people are not rewinding It said, please be kind and rewind. And they don't rewind the damn video.
Needless to say, Netflix came a long way in the mail, and they used. Wow, I think it was like video games at first. That. It was video games and movies. Video games at first, then it went to the movies, and then they just blew Blockbuster out of the way. Anyway, back to the Hulu. Okay, back to Hulu. So they came out with this movie called Despicable Cutty.
And you guys, if you've watched it, you'll understand what we're talking about.
This movie's called Grimcutty. It's about a suburban teen girl and her little brother. They must stop a terrifying internet meme brought to life by hysteria of their parents. So that is Grimcutty. It's basically how to control your kids in the social media era.
Yo, you know what? So I'm thinking about it now. Perhaps that might work. It may work in this day and age as far as parents being in control of things, of entities that attack their children based on the parents' hysteria.
Yeah, so basically it starts off with, a teenage... Well, it started off with a young boy who was locked up in a room. The mother comes in and, she acts like she was, like, putting him to bed or whatever. She goes in the room, checks up on him, and then closes the door, and all you hear is click, clack, click, clack, clickety, clack.
Right.
And I was like, God damn, did she lock the nigga in the room? So she locks the boy in the room. He looks out to the window and he gets out and goes, he climbs out of his own window, go to a different window and gets in. And while the mother is online searching for something, I guess she was looking to see like why kids are cutting themselves or what make them want to do stuff like that. Right. So, if you're a parent listening to this, as a parent, you're concerned about your kid and you're going on Google or whatever app you decide to do your search on, and you look to see like, why is my child doing this? And so while she was reading all this information, she sees something on the screen. We don't know what the fuck she sees, but something comes on the screen. Her eyes widen, and all you hear is the wind. The wind is a...
Yeah, the wind blows.
And then the boy is like looking around, and then we see this Despicable Me character, because that's what it looks like. And I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Despicable Me, but I have seen the little Despicables. And
Minions?
is that what they're called?
Yeah, the Minions.
Sorry, the Minions.
The little Despicable.
And the father? I don't know what he is. Okay,
it's Steve Carell's character in Despicable Me.
Oh, that's Steve Carell. Oh, he does the voice?
He does the voice, yeah.
Well, I'll be. Anyway.
It's Steve Carell. Y'all know who Despicable Me.
Yes.
This is who the Grimcutty looks like to me.
He reminds me of that guy.
Why is the Grimcutty body look like Despicable Me? What's going on here?
It's giving.
It's giving Despicable Me.
Despicable Me.
I hope you're giving credit to Steve Carell.
Yeah, because I was like, what is this?
Anyway, the boy was a tussling and a rustling with this Grimcutty character, and he started to, the Grimcutty started to cut himself, but in actuality, the little boy was cutting himself. So while he was running away, he saw the mother. He ran into the mother in the bedroom, and the mother saw that he had a knife, and the boy was looking at the Grimcutty. The Grimcutty was coming to him, and he rushed to the mother and stabbed the mother, and this is how the Grimcutty starts. So we don't know like
where it came from,
how this hysteria. But my thing is, I think hysteria, like if one person believes in something, because the mother thought that her son was, there was something wrong with her son. So she thought that because the son was looking at this, she was spreading the hysteria. So then all of a sudden it goes to the next clip of this young lady. Her name is Aisha.
I don't even remember the damn movie. Go ahead. Shit.
Her name is Aisha, and her parents, her and her little brother, they, it's regular teen stuff. She was doing a YouTube video. She does ASMRs. Mm-hmm. All the people that's out there listening to ASMR, this is for you. Mm-hmm. I am drinking wine right now, and I'm putting it on the table.
Wow.
Yes. So she was doing stuff. She was doing ASMR because she suffers with anxiety. she has her own things that she's worrying about. So, you know, she used to love track, and she realized, like, you know what? Track isn't what my thing. This ASMR, doing videos, trying to relax my mind is what makes me happy. All the whilst her parents were, you know, bigging up her younger brother, because the younger brother is a saxophonist, and I think he's like a prodigy child. Like, he won an award for something, and now all the seniors wants to play with him. So they went out on a night out, but the dad was like, look, this night out, we not carrying no electronics, no nothing. You know, so we have to leave the electronics at the house. And the girl was like, bitch, why? And the guy was like, listen, this is a deal. A deal is a deal. You know, I said, when we go out,
is a deal.
I said, when we go out with family time, we're gonna put them goddamn electronics down. Now, if that's what I said, that's what I said. So keep your ass moving. But you know, that's not what he said. But she was like, ugh. And so they went to this concert. She went to this concert with her brother playing, and you know, the parents are just sitting there, you know, looking at the son playing, and one of the guys was like, hey, have you heard about what was going on with the kids stabbing themselves and cutting themselves? And dad was like, what's going? No, I haven't heard that. He's like,
right,
yeah,
because
man.
Dad done left his phone at home, so he
man,
he don't know what's going on.
The kids are cutting themselves. It's something new. It's like a challenge online, man.
Right.
He didn't say that. I'm sorry.
We're adding fluff because the movie was
the movie.
Oh, it didn't suck. But
it didn't suck, but you know, it wasn't hot garbage. It was interesting. It was interesting.
It was interesting to find out exactly how this Grimcutty
came into
becoming Cutty,
and not Kid Cudi. Day and night.
How the Grimcutty was becoming Cutty. So throughout the movie, we were like, "Oh yeah, look, it's Despicable Me Cutty."
Yes,
coming to be Cutty on Cutting the Cutty. Anyway, so we were trying to figure out, like, okay, what is the connection to why Grimcutty is cutting these kids,
right?
And we realized, like, oh, Grimcutty comes with the knife, and like we see a scene where the daughter ends up seeing Grimcutty, and Grimcutty cuts the Cutty, and she also becomes Cutty.
Child boo, that is not what happened, girl. You making your own goddamn Grimcutty.
Grimcutty follows the Cutty and cuts the Cutty. All right.
What happened?
All right, go ahead.
The young girl, Aisha, is it Aisha or Asha?
It's Asha.
Asha, the young girl, she does end up seeing Cutty because the parents was able to also look at what was happening, because you know what the guy was saying about the kids cutting themselves, so they were concerned. So it was like, man, we need to find out what is happening in the hot sauce. So, you know, they were doing their research, as you know, like what's going on, why they were seeing stories of kids cutting themselves and kids trying to kill their parents. And so while they were doing that, the same thing happened to the lady in the beginning of the film, happened with the parents. They were looking at it, and you saw that their eyes was fixed. And then here comes the wind howling like a banshee.
Wow. So when the banshee got laid to rest, both the parents were like Dee said, their eyes like widened.
Yeah.
And I think it was that moment where the hysteria set in. Mm-hmm. Like as a parent, you become somewhat worried and hysterical when nothing has even really started per se, but you're worried for your child. So that is the seed that is sown, and that is what gives, I'm about to say Kid Cudi, I'm sorry. That's what gives Grimcutty
its powers,
its power.
Strength. So basically the Grimcutty is feeding off of their hysteria. That's what the gist of it. So the parents would get so upset and they get so afraid. And so they had a meeting with the kids and been like, hey, listen, you know, with everything that's going on, we just want to be on the safe side. We bought this box. We want you to put all your electronics in there just for a week. Just
a week,
just
y'all.
For a week to see how we feel in the inside. So throughout the whole film, the dad was so like, he was angry, but he was already like tight ass. He was tight ass.
The dad was definitely had a stick up there.
Yes, it was really tight. For
sure.
And so the fact that the Cuddy had to come in and like ramp it up, his aggression was just it was 10. It was ridiculous.
Like I'm not gonna say any little thing, but he would just. It's like waking up and saying, "Yes, I want to be upset today.
Yes, I choose violence today.
How can I get mad? How do I get my blood pressure to raise through the roof?"
Yeah, it was obnoxious.
It really was. The dad really annoyed the fuck out of me.
But it was because of the Grimcutty hysteria thing.
Yeah.
So throughout the whole movie, the girl realizes that, hey, you know, the parents were talking like they were in a cult almost, like saying verbatim, like this blogger lady who is about the woman who got stabbed in the beginning.
Yeah.
She wrote a blog about her son and what she did and what she thinks that people should do if they kids are doing the Grimcutty stuff.
Followers.
Yes, there was a lot of followers. So the daughter, Asha, knew that, like, man, she met up with some friends, and the friends was like, yeah, my mom was like saying I need to put this in the box, and she was like, whoa, did she use that exact term, put it in the box? She was like, yeah. So homegirl was like, I need to do some research. So she did some research and she found the lady's blog, and she realized, like, yo, this bitch is the one who started the Grimcutty.
Yeah, and she found the exact words that the parents were using, something about, I don't even remember.
Save time and gain back time so you can focus.
Yeah, it
some
was
shit
just
like that.
It was verbatim.
It was that jargon.
So clearly, we came to the conclusion that the parents were all reading this woman's blog,
right, and all feeding into that
and
feeding to that hysteria.
Yes.
So it's. You know,
how Grimcutty became.
Yeah, Grimcutty. You know, there's cases, like real deal cases of people getting crazy. I think it was in China.
What, Slender Man?
No,
I'm sorry.
No. You know what? Was it a Slender Man? No, it wasn't a Slender. You know, one of them is a Slender Man, but it was another one. I think it was either in China or in Japan. All the kids were acting like they were sick, but they really wasn't sick. But they had the symptoms, like throwing up, vomiting, sick. But when the doctors would check them, all of them would be fine.
What?
It's the hysteria of them thinking that, this is what's happening. So
the mind is powerful, man. The mind is powerful.
No doctors know how our brain works and how we can manifest a lot of things into reality, into this reality. You know, like even creators and makers, you don't understand, like, you're when you imagine something in your mind and then you bring it into fruition, that you're bringing that,
you're giving power to it.
No, you're bringing that imagination into life, into the reality. So it's
easy. It's easy. It can be easily understood.
Yes, how this
came about.
Yeah. So throughout the whole film, everybody in that town was just going crazy. All the hospitals was full. The kids were, you know, in bandages and cuts and shit like that. So homegirl realized what was happening. She was able to get the address of this blogger, and she went over there. And she's like, "Hey, yeah, so my name is Asha, and I'm doing this student report, and you know, I read about your blog, and you know, this is what happened." And the lady was like, "Oh no, everything's fine. Oh yeah,
it's fine. You're fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine."
We all know that her ass is lying.
We all know she's lying.
Asha, the lady was like, "You know what? I have something to do. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, bye bye." So she closed the door. And Asha was like, you know what? Something ain't feeling right in my gut. Like, my gut is saying, I think you need to go back. Go back, sis. Yes. Go back. And that's what she did. She went back. Not the way that I thought she was going to go back. I thought she was going to knock on the door again and be like, hey, yeah, it's me again. No, this bitch decided to break in.
You know how these teens are. They're not thinking. They just kind of are going on the whim and, you know, doing their own little investigation. So when she ends up breaking into the woman's house, she finds, like, a locked door. She goes to the locked door, but then there's another locked door, and she opens it, and we see the little boy that we see in the beginning of the film. He looks, you know, malnourished, you know, like he needs to drink some water, and the little boy tells her, like, you know, put me back in. She's going to see you. Mm-hmm. And so we come to the conclusion that the little boy clearly understands that if his mother
is not happy
and becomes hysterical, mad, Grimcutty is going to come. And that's why he stabbed her in the beginning of the film, because she's the one that is causing Grimcutty.
She is manifesting the Grimcutty.
Yeah.
And she was the one who since she put the post out, she was the one that put that image out there.
Yeah.
So we don't even know
we don't know where it came from.
They didn't tell us how the Grimcutty happened or where she found that photo or what. We don't know what the little boy was into anyways. Mm-hmm. What I think he was into like Satanism or some shit like that.
It's possible.
He was curious and he opened up the wrong motherfucking door.
Yeah.
And manifested something. And then the mother went to go look and it got a hold of her.
Right.
And then she returned the favor and passed it along to the tribesmen.
The tribesmen. Yeah, and of course the tribesmen ate all of it up, right. And so it just keeps going.
Yeah.
It's a cycle that keeps going. And so Grimcutty just appears when there's hysteria with the parents. The parents are the ones.
And only the kids are seeing the Grimcutty.
Yeah.
Which right now we still don't even know how the kids are the only people that see the Grimcutty.
Nobody sees the adults don't. The adults manifest the Grimcutty, but they can't see Grimcutty.
Right.
Like, I don't understand that. So they can't see when they see the children cutting themselves. They don't see Grimcutty actually cutting the kids.
Yeah. And throughout the whole movie, Asha is experiencing the Grimcutty stuff. This is the reason why she started on her journey of finding out what the fuck is the Grimcutty doing and stuff like that. So she's also trying to find out who she is herself. You know, she's a teen. She doesn't know. She's trying to learn who she is. She's just trying to find that peace of mind, that zen in her life. So, yeah. So, you know, once she found out, you know, how the Grimcutty was coming about, that's when she tried to raise a trap. So now they're at the hospital because of her brother. She told her brother to look up the address so she can go to the house in the first place. And the brother got caught up in it, and now the brother was able to see the Grimcutty. And now they're at the hospital, and basically
the dad just goes into
the dad go ape shit.
The dad
goes ape
oh
shit.
My God.
And because the dad go ape shit, the Grimcutty came and he wanted to collect. And so the Despicable Me character came in.
Yes.
And he was like, "Listen, Asha, you fucking up my shit, okay?" And so she set a trap for the Grimcutty, which AKA is the dad.
Right.
The mother was trying to tell the dad, like, "Hey, you know what? It's us. You need to calm down." She tried to give him a sedative needle. He didn't want to take it. They were fighting.
Because she realized that it was the parents.
Right, that they were manifesting this Grimcutty. And so the dad and Asha had a standoff, right? And so in that standoff, you see Asha was like, "You know what? Fuck this shit." She accidentally stabbed the dad, but it was by accident because the Grimcutty had her. But then she realized, "You know what? Fuck this shit. If the Grimcutty gonna get me, he's gonna get me while I'm in my Zen place."
Yes,
and that's what I've
accepted.
She's accepted death or whatever. She's like, "You know what? I'm tired of being scared. I'm just gonna let it happen." So the Grimcutty got her ass up in midair, and this is when the dad actually sees what is happening with his daughter.
He can finally see past his nose.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. and he actually the nose, and he sticks himself with
sedative concoction that the wife
was trying to give him
to make him relax. Yeah. So he finally took it and realized once he took it, he passed out. The Grimcutty left her, and Asha fell on the floor, and then she came to and realized that her dad was hurt really bad because she stabbed him. It was an accident. And, the dad realized that he wasn't listening to her and he was sorry for his aggression and stuff like that. And, moral of the story is, listen to your kids.
Listen to your kids.
Listen to your kids, man.
Even though as parents you may feel like you know everything.
Or they don't know nothing. And they have their own experience. Guys.
You may very well know more than your kids, but that doesn't mean you can't have a listening ear when they're trying to tell you something. So that's that.
Yeah. So, Asha wanted to do, I guess she wanted to do the ASMR really calmed her down. Mm-hmm. And so at the end of everything, people of the town had questions about what happened with her family. And, she was just basically, doing her ASMR, saying like, these are the questions that they asked me. And she answered those questions. And she also let them know like, hey, if you're going through any of this, hopefully this ASMR can help you with your anxiety or depression that you suffer from, because it helped her. So that's how it ended, guys. She still doesn't know. She even said she still doesn't know what the Grimcutty come from. Mm-hmm. But if it does come back, they know how to handle it. And then that was it, guys. Mm-hmm. That's so the Despicable Cutty.
What do you guys think? Now, do you guys think that the Grimcutty character looks like Despicable Me? Come on.
I think so.
I agree.
He looks just like. At first, I thought the Grimcutty had hair.
You know what? There was one scene.
That
there was one scene that his hair kind of moved when he was walking.
Or what is it like the cloth child?
I don't know, man. Just
what did you guys think about the Grimcutty? Hit us up on our email at 2drunksisters@gmail.com. The number 2 drunk DRUNK sisters @gmail.com. Hit us up on our social media.
Please, yes, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram,
IG,
Twitter,
Anchor, Spotify,
wherever podcast, we are there. Follow us, guys.
Hit us up. And we always thank you guys for listening.
And for the support. We appreciate it.
We appreciate all the listeners. And we hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, so let us know. What's your thoughts about Grimcutty?
All right, guys. We hope that you have a great day, night, weekend, or whenever you're listening to this podcast. I bid you peace.
We bid you adieu.
Blessings.
Until next time, guys.
Blessings from above. Peace from the pieces. And bye-bye.
Oh, wow. Peace, y'all.
Bye.